Manganese is one of the most important micronutrients and plays numerous roles within plants. Sometimes referred to as the element of life, manganese is essential for photosynthesis, development of reproductive structures, disease resistance, and much more.
While corn really responds very well to micronutrients such as zinc, crops like wheat, soybeans really have an affinity for manganese. So important role within those plants would be the manganese function. You know, as we look at high yielding wheat, most common when we look at the soil tests, those are soil tests that tend to be very high in iron and manganese because wheat likes iron and manganese.
Manganese is one of the micronutrients that is essential for chlorophyll development. We oftentimes see the deficiency symptoms appearing on the newer growth of interveinal yellowing, which shows that we had that lack of chlorophyll development. Many times those nutrient deficiencies can look very similar to things like iron deficiency, so you have to make sure that you're doing a tissue test to be able to tell the difference between those two.
So manganese has an effect on the chlorophyll building process as well as respiration and aids in standability or stock strength. When you take a look at emergence, manganese has an effect on that. So when you look at your soil test, having adequate amounts of manganese, it accelerates germination. It increases the ability of that plant to get up and going and out of the ground.
Manganese is most available in those pHs that are 5.5 to 6.5, so keeping them in those neutral zones. But also in soils that are very high in organic matter or classified as a muck soil, the availability is very limited. So if we have high CECs in those 30s or 40s, or organic matter that gets above 10%, your manganese can be very limited and you'll need to make multiple applications to address that for your crop.
When we look at the requirement for manganese on a soil test, we'd like to have the iron higher than the manganese. In parts per million, we'd like our manganese to be between 10 and 20, and iron to be higher than manganese from 20 to 40. A lot of times applying micronutrients such as manganese work better in synergy with other micronutrients. You can see benefits from having the iron and manganese together along with sometimes a sulfur. So from an application standpoint with manganese, it's great to be applied with your starter band and in close proximity to that seed being able to access it. But we've also seen very good usability from a foliar standpoint. So manganese can be applied foliar or in furrow or a broadcast application.
Up next, we'll talk about iron. For more information on manganese, visit our website at agroliquid.com.